Hello and welcome to a beginner's tutorial for astrology. For those of you that are in the comments asking about how do I get my chart, how do I find out my A, B, C, and D, I figured I'd go back and make a more revised, tighter version of astro.com tutorial. Oh, and trust and believe I'm about to fuck up some words. So this is astro.com. I personally love them because it's the easiest place to create your chart, to move stuff around. As you can see, this is the home page where I'm starting so that you can like take notes if you need to, or just understand the design of this site. So this is just random stuff you can look at. Just click it. They always have some stuff going over here. Now, over this side, you will always have the current planets. So if you're wondering, once you get more familiar with your chart, if you're wondering how the sky is currently affecting you, you can look right here, right quick, once you get more involved into that. But for right now, since we're working on beginner stuff, I am going to show you the process for a chart. So what you're going to do first and foremost is you're going to come over here, stored astro data, and this is where I keep personally all my charts. And as you can see, I'm almost to 1,000. Oh, that is amazing. I literally just noticed that now. So yay me, 1,000 readings down. This is perfect. So what happens is you come in here and hit add new astro data. You're going to enter your name and stuff just so you always remember it's your gender. You need your birth date and your location at the very least. If you do not have your time, click unknown. If you do have your time, put that shit in there and it's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back here and just click on a random chart. Maybe I got celebrity charts in here too because I like use them to teach you guys stuff. So let me like find somebody random. Let me pick like Katy Perry. I love Katy Perry. Wonderful chart too if you ever want to look into somebody who has like heavy Scorpio energy and how they overcome stuff. So where are you, Catherine? Katy Perry. There we go. All right, so once you create your chart, you get this screen after you enter all your information. You can come right here to just see your regular chart. If you're a newbie or in the very beginning, you just want to see the basic parts. This is going to show you your personal planets and your generational planets and your north node. Your north node is where you're headed, what you came to do in this life. Now, if you want to see like the nitty gritty stuff, you hit extended chart selection. Now on here, you can do a whole load of shit. First thing I always do when I come in here is add descending node. This lets you know where your south node is, the past, where you came from, right? Now down here, you can click and add your part of fortune, which is your sprinkle of luck in this life, your vertex, which is a karmic event that is meant to happen, your Lilith, which is your dark feminine energy, or if you're a guy, the dark female energy you're scared of, Chiron, the wound that you have to incur in this life in order for you to help other people sort of heal from that same thing. Ceres, which is what you need to care, or sorry, let me figure out how to put that. How you care for other people, but how you need to be cared for also. Pallas, which is your unique genius, and Juno, which is your soulmate marker, right? Those are some things that I typically just put in on every chart. If you ever have any asteroids you want to enter, this is the area you put them in, like 433, that's Eros, that's your erotic nature. So I'm just gonna add that in there so you can see what happens when you add different asteroids. And you can always just do a quick Google search and hit up something like asteroids, or maybe not like that, asteroids in astrology. And then there'll be like a whole list, like there will be asteroid numbers. Maybe I should have wrote that. Asteroid numbers in astrology. There we go. So you can come here like to My Christian Psychic, which is actually pretty dope. Like she doesn't put me like religious dogma on it. But look, you got Hera, Adonis, Persephone, you got like all the Greek gods, right? Which is super handy because if any of these end up conjunct your sun or your ascendant or in your 12th house, you are carrying part of that energy's karma. And it's probably important for you to look into their story because we're all carrying out somebody else's karma. We are made of the same 12 energies, and the 12 energies are what are represented in the zodiac, which are what's in these charts. So you can check out this in all these asteroids and just remember, take a number. Let me see, let me pick a sexy one. Because if it ain't sexy, why are we doing it? Like I'm taking way longer. Siren. Siren is like your ability to persuade with your voice. It's sexy, but like it could be used for evil too. So there's that. But I put Eros and Siren right here just to add in some asteroids so y'all understood that. Now up here on this part, you're just gonna click the show chart. When you get here, It's going to be Siren right there, right? Eros is right there. They just fall right into alignment with every other asteroid that you added here for you to see your full chart, right? Down here are the written like degrees and information about your chart. Right here are the aspects, and what aspects are, they're showing how your your energies merge together to create a very specific design for yourself. If you don't understand looking there, you just hit this additional tables up top, and you can actually get a full breakdown PDF of everything that's in your chart. So you can see 12th house, Sun, Scorpio. That's what you would type in a Google search. If you want to understand each and every one of your placements, first house, Mercury, Scorpio, or you can look up Mercury and Scorpio and go through each and every one of these placements to learn. You can even look up the house cusp to find out, because each house cusp has a degree, and that means the title of that chapter, the theme of that chapter of your life, of that house. Down here, let me zoom in for you. Down here are the aspects. So you can see stuff like the things you wouldn't notice if you just looked at the chart, like Sun trine Jupiter. Her Sun is working with wherever her Jupiter is, her luck, right? Katy Perry has an amazing chart, by the way. But Venus square Palace, like the way she earns her money works against her unique genius. Those sort of things matter when you're trying to figure out who you are as a person, because essentially these charts are the map to your soul, the map to yourself, remembering who you are. If you started playing this game with amnesia and you thought it was super cool to have amnesia, but over time you forgot you were in the game, like Jennifer Lopez in The Cell, this chart sort of reminds you who you are, like Mufasa from the cloud. Look up to the stars, remember who you are. Lion King was deep. So anyway, on here, you can click this too. These are partner charts. So you can add somebody else's chart here to learn. Synastry charts show you both of your energies together and how you mingle. Composite charts show you the whole like theme of the relationship, like the storyline for it. I have no idea what a Davidson relationship chart is, but I'm gonna find the fuck out. On here, there are multi-composites, which are like different people in here, like multiple people in here if you want to do like a family design. I don't use any of those yet, because like I already overwhelmed myself with like the possibility of the stars. But other things you can look at is natal chart with transits. Transits show how the current planets are affecting your natal chart. A progress chart shows you how your chart has grown over time and the new characteristics that you have developed since you have been here. A solar return shows you the skin that you have for this particular year. So if your natal chart represents the script for this life, right? The solar return chart, which becomes available with each new age, on every birthday, you get a new skin for that chapter, right? For that age. Like if you're 25, that you get a solar return chart for 25, and the next birthday you get one for 26, or so on and so forth. It shows the energetic overlay that is put on you for that specific year to achieve what is necessary that year at that age in order for the rest of the script to come to fruition. You can look at your natal chart with your solar return and see what's going on. A lunar return chart covers your lunar return that happens every month, like your emotional reset for your feelings. That's what a lunar return is. So that's something that you would look at like monthly. Down here, all the other sort of abstract charts you can look at. Now, I don't look at all of these. The persona chart I think is dope. So let me show you guys. A persona chart shows you that each and every planet, asteroid, or whatever the case may be on here, has a storyline of its own. So this one is the moon. Can I highlight that? No, I'm not that cool. The moon persona chart. This is the story for Katy Perry's moon. See, her moon is meant to be, her emotional foundation is in being in a group of singers. She did that shit, huh? So you can look at the moon, the Mercury, Saturn. Each planet has a storyline for how the fuck you ended up with that contract for Saturn or placement. So I find that that's one of my favorite ones, when you're really like, oh my gosh, what did I do to deserve this? And then we have the draconic chart. The draconic chart is dope because this is your soul unbound by what has been placed on you. This is what you were set up like when you first entered Earth's atmosphere, before you started gaining karma or putting weight on and all that stuff. This is who you are naked. This is essentially who your soul is, your avatar, the thing controlling your body. Now, the last thing I want to look into here, or to show you guys, is back to the natal chart, are transits, how to see your own transits, because I found that to be priceless. You click with transits, right? Pull it up. You see these green areas out here? They represent the way the sky is set up right now and where it's hitting in your chart, what it's pushing up against in your chart, right? Like Katy Perry's about to get married, guys. Remember I said that on here. Probably to Mr. Bloom. But what is being developed in the chart is the way I said it. So what you would do is you would look at Jupiter transits, and then you would find what house, because you can simply go to Google is your friend, guys. Google really is your friend. So Jupiter transits. And then you would come to like Cafe Astrology or whoever is posting something. And then it'll tell you about each house. See if it's conjunct the sun or if you have anything hit against it. It's supposed to say the houses in here. Okay, so this was not a good one. Sometimes you have to do a little searching. Transit Jupiter in astrology. There we go. So here we go. It explains when it goes through your first house, fifth house, sixth house, you would find that you have, or she has, Jupiter going through her fifth. That's the one you would check. You could do the same thing for moon going through your first, or if anything is going through or happening in your life that you don't have clarity about, just checking and reading the little description will be like, oh, so this is why it's happening. Now, it's not necessarily going to give you a resolution because you are the captain of your seat, but it does tell you what's going on and why, so that you can make a better and informed decision, because we can all choose to suffer and not do anything different, or we can choose to embrace the lesson no matter how difficult and move forward with what is necessary. This really tells you the plot, like understanding, taking the guesswork out of if you're making the same decision, because all of the things we go through in this life were set in the first 12 years. If you have an opportunity, let me just throw this in here as a bonus. I really love teaching more so than anything. Like readings are cool, but I look forward to starting to do my academy stuff this week after quite a long necessary break. I didn't mean Hellenistic Hills. Hellenistic astrology shows you the 12 cycles that you are sort of, I don't want to say trapped in, but the board was set between the ages of 1 through 12, right? Let me do Hellenistic perfections, because that's something you can type into. Perfection. There we go. So the first is going to start with 0, and it goes around, right? 12 levels of this. Each one has an age showing where a particular house was triggered. Like the 12th house was triggered at 11, 23, 35, and it'll all go based upon your age. But this is a really, really good astrology to look at to see what themes are being activated that year, along with all the other things in this chart that I just taught you guys about. So hopefully this was super helpful for those people who just want a chance to figure it out on their own. So if you are still having difficulty, I do have a class that is by donation. You pay whatever you can to get in. It explains everything about these charts, from the natal to the synastry, how to recognize relationship patterns, fully understanding the transits. And it's actually 10 units of videos and notes that are already created, already put up in there, so that you can take the class at your own pace and take quizzes along the way to be sure that you got it. If that's really not your cup of tea, if you don't have time to learn, I always have readings available also. So I'll add the link for both down the bottom, and hopefully this video was really helpful. Please leave me a comment and let me know. Thank you.